Welcome to the deep dive. We've got some really fascinating material you sent over, digging into something that's, well, way more common than you might think, but often kept quiet.
Yeah.
We're talking about the link, the direct connection between specific home workouts and female libido.
It's a great topic for a deep dive,
That,
honestly, because the research really hits on a feeling lots of people have,
Huh.
where your libido just feels like it's hibernating.
Exactly, hibernated.
And the assumption is often that it's all in your head or needs some huge, complicated fix. But what we're exploring today is, well, simpler. It's about leveraging physiology, how your body actually works.
So our mission here is to kind of give you a shortcut to understanding that. We're moving past just exercise is good and really zeroing in on how specific movements, things you can do at home, no equipment needed,
hmm
how they can actually change your body chemistry, boost those key hormones, improve blood flow, and basically turn up the dial on desire and arousal.
It really is like biohacking your own system, using movement, giving you the tools to unlock something that's already there naturally.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. When desire takes a nosedive, we tend to think, oh, it's stress or relationship stuff or just being tired, right?
Right. The mental side.
But what's actually going on inside, like chemically?
It really comes down to hormones. They're the chemical messengers running the show. You've got estrogen, oxytocin, dopamine. They all play a part.
Oh, okay.
But if you're looking for the main driver, especially for female sexual desire, the research points strongly towards testosterone.
And that throws people off sometimes, doesn't it? Testosterone in women.
Yeah, it's often seen as just a male hormone.
Yeah.
But women produce it too, and it's absolutely vital for drive, for that wanting feeling.
So what affects it?
Well, the thing is, testosterone levels can be pretty sensitive to modern life. Things like chronic stress, not moving enough, even just getting older, they can cause levels to dip. And when those levels drop, desire often drops right along with them. But here's the encouraging part from the material. Specific kinds of exercise, particularly strength training and high-intensity stuff, are actually proven ways to give those testosterone levels a natural temporary boost, even in women.
Wow. So you're saying basic exercises like squats could act almost like a tiny natural hormone therapy shot. That's pretty powerful.
In a way, yeah, it's triggering your body's own production.
Okay, so that's the chemistry. What about the plumbing, the mechanics? Why is blood flow such a big deal here?
Because arousal is essentially a blood flow event. Think about it. When you exercise and improve your heart health, your whole circulatory system gets an upgrade.
Right. Better delivery everywhere.
Exactly. And that's critical for sexual function. Better circulation means blood gets to the pelvic region faster and more efficiently. That translates directly to a quicker, stronger physical arousal response, more sensitivity, better function overall.
Okay. Hormones, blood flow. But the material really hammered home stress as, like, the ultimate libido killer. How does exercise fight that?
Stress. Yeah, it's huge. Chronic stress basically puts your body on high alert. It pumps out cortisol, this survival hormone.
Fight or flight.
Precisely. And if your body thinks it's constantly running from danger, maybe that danger looks like deadlines or bills.
Or just constant noise, yeah.
It shuts down anything non-essential for immediate survival. And reproduction, sexual response, that's pretty high on the non-essential list when you're stressed.
So exercise breaks that cycle.
It acts like a reset. It helps lower cortisol levels, signaling to your body that the danger has passed.
Yeah.
It allows you to shift out of fight or flight and into rest and digest mode.
Which is where pleasure can actually happen.
Exactly. That's the state you need to be in. Plus, you get that lovely endorphin release, which is an instant mood lifter and stress buster.
Okay, so we've got the internal environment sorted hormones, circulation, stress levels. Now, what about the actual physical foundation? The sources mention one thing as almost non-negotiable for improving the experience itself.
You're talking about the pelvic floor.
Right. Often overlooked, maybe. Unless you've had kids.
Definitely. It gets pigeonholed into pregnancy and postpartum recovery, but honestly, these muscles are fundamentally important for everyone's sexual function and health.
So why? What do these muscles actually do in terms of pleasure?
Well, structurally, they support your bladder, uterus, and bowels. But crucially for this conversation, they are directly involved in sexual sensation and orgasm intensity.
How so?
The research is pretty clear on this. Women who consistently work their pelvic floor muscles doing Kegels basically report really significant improvements, like better arousal, more natural lubrication, stronger, more satisfying orgasms.
Wow.
It comes down to better muscle control and increased sensitivity in that whole area.
Okay, the benefits sound amazing. But people get stuck on the how. How do you actually find those muscles and do a Kegel correctly? It feels a bit mysterious.
It does. Let's demystify it. Finding them is the first step. The classic advice is to imagine you're trying to stop the flow of urine midstream, that little squeeze. Those are the muscles.
Okay.
But, and this is important, only use that technique to identify them. Don't actually make a habit of doing Kegels while peeing. That can mess with bladder function.
Got it. Identification only. So once you know where they are.
The basic Kegel is straightforward. Squeeze those muscles, lift them inwards and upwards, hold for about 5 seconds. Then, just as importantly, fully release and relax for 5 seconds. The key is not to tense your butt, thighs, or abs. Keep those relaxed.
And you mentioned consistency. How often?
Aim for maybe 3 sets of 10 repetitions a day. 5 seconds squeeze, 5 seconds relax. And the beauty is, like you said, you can do them anywhere. Waiting for the kettle to boil, sitting at your desk.
Nobody knows.
Exactly. It's discreet, but powerful. And once you've got that basic squeeze down, you can add things like pelvic tilts.
How do those work?
Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Gently flatten your lower back against the floor by tightening your lower abs. And as you do that, squeeze your pelvic floor. Hold for 5, then release everything.
Ah, so that brings the core into it.
Yes, it integrates the pelvic floor with the core muscles. This helps with stability and control during movement, which, definitely translates to better sensation and control during sex.
All right, let's switch gears. We've talked foundations. Now let's talk power. Strength training. You mentioned this is key for that hormonal boost.
Absolutely. If you want to nudge those testosterone levels naturally, resistance training is your most effective tool. It's about deliberately hacking that hormonal response.
You have to challenge the muscles.
You have to load them, yes.
Yes.
That sends the signal.
But the idea of lifting heavy might scare some listeners off. Are we talking gym memberships and complex machines here?
Not necessarily, no. The focus in this material is very much on using your own body weight, maybe minimal props you have at home. The key is hitting the big muscle groups. We call them compound movements.
Why compound?
Because they work multiple large muscle groups at once. Think legs, glutes, back, core. Working more muscle mass means bigger metabolic demand and thus a bigger hormonal response.
Okay, so give us the essentials. What's top of the list?
Got to start with the squat. It's foundational.
Right. Feet about hip width, chest up, core engaged.
Yeah, then sink your hips back and down like you're sitting in a chair, aiming for thighs parallel to the floor, then push strongly through your heels to stand back up.
And the benefit here, beyond just leg strength.
Huge benefits. You're building strength in your glutes, quads, hamstrings, core. All essential for stamina and, let's be frank, for comfortably holding different positions during intimacy. Plus, there's a massive confidence boost that comes from feeling physically strong and capable.
That confidence piece keeps coming up. Okay, what's next?
The sources mentioned hip thrusts quite a bit. They sound relevant. Oh, they're fantastic for this goal. They directly target the glutes and the muscles along the back of your body, the posterior chain, which are heavily involved during sex.
How do you set those up at home?
You need something sturdy, like the edge of your sofa or a stable chair. Rest your upper back against it, feet flat on the floor, knees bent. Then drive through your heels. Squeeze your glutes really hard at the top, lifting your hips until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees.
What's the specific advantage here?
It really isolates the glutes, improves pelvic stability, drives blood flow right to that area, and builds a really strong mind-muscle connection. Learning to consciously contract those muscles is key.
And if that feels like too much initially?
A glute bridge is a great starting point. Just lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat, and lift your hips off the floor, squeezing your glutes at the top. Same basic movement pattern, just less load.
And frequency for these strength moves.
Aim for maybe 2 or 3 sessions a week, focusing on quality movement. Around 20 to 30 minutes per session is plenty. It's that regular stimulus that encourages the hormonal benefits.
Okay, power covered, foundation covered. Now let's bring in something different, yoga. The material positions this as complementary, right? Less about raw strength, more about something else.
Exactly. Yoga plays a different but equally crucial role. If strength training helps build things up, yoga helps calm things down and tune things in. It's the antidote to that cortisol overload we talked about.
So how does stretching and holding poses translate into boosting desire?
It works primarily through the nervous system. Yoga practices, especially mindful breathing and certain poses, activate the parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest and digest system.
Flipping the switch from stress mode.
Precisely. You're manually signaling to your body that it's safe to relax. Chronic stress creates physical tension, often held in the hips, shoulders, jaw. Yoga helps release that. Deep stretches, particularly in the hips, are thought to help release stored emotional tension, too. By calming the nervous system and increasing body awareness, you make yourself much more receptive, physically and mentally, to pleasure.
Okay, let's give the listener some specific poses that really target this.
A great place to start is cat-cow. Simple, flowing movement. On your hands and knees, tabletop position, you inhale to arch your back, dropping the belly cow pose, and exhale to round your spine, tucking your chin, cat pose.
Like a gentle spinal wave.
Exactly. It warms up the spine and brings gentle movement and circulation to the pelvic area, connected with your breath.
And for digging into that hip tension you mentioned.
Pigeon pose is the classic one. It's a deep hip opener. From hands and knees, you bring one knee forward behind the wrist, angling the shin, and extend the other leg straight back.
It can be pretty intense.
It can be, yeah. You need to breathe into it and hold it for at least a minute or so per side to really allow the muscles to release. It's actively letting go of that stored stress.
Okay. Any final recommendation for pure relaxation?
Absolutely. Legs up the wall pose.
Yeah.
Viparita Karani. It's
Yeah.
pure bliss.
Oh, I know that one. It feels amazing.
Doesn't it? Just lie on your back, scoot your hips close to a wall, and swing your legs straight up the wall. Arms relaxed by your sides. It's incredibly restorative. It reverses blood flow slightly, calms the nervous system almost instantly. It signals safe.
And desire needs safety to emerge.
It thrives in that state of ease and rest.
Right. That brings us neatly to the final piece of the puzzle. Cardio. Good old heart-pumping exercise. What's the specific link between getting your heart rate up and feeling more desire or pleasure?
It comes back to that core principle. Arousal equals blood flow. Cardiovascular exercise is the most direct way to improve the health and efficiency of your heart and blood vessels.
Makes sense.
When your cardio fitness is good, your body can deliver oxygenated blood everywhere, including the genitals, much more quickly and effectively. This means when arousal is triggered, the physical response, the engorgement, the sensitivity is likely to be faster, stronger, more intense.
So better plumbing leads to a better response. Is any cardio good, or is there a specific type that the research highlights?
The material suggests that moderate to high-intensity cardio seems to have a particularly noticeable effect, especially acutely. There's that study mentioned.
The cycling one.
Yeah, where just 20 minutes of vigorous cycling significantly increased physiological arousal measures in women shortly afterwards, compared to women who didn't exercise. It suggests that getting your heart rate up properly can prime the body for arousal.
Okay, so how do we get that vigorous intensity at home without fancy equipment?
HIIT is a fantastic option. High-intensity interval training.
Short bursts. Right.
Exactly. Short bursts of really hard work, say 30 seconds, followed by a short rest or active recovery, maybe 30 seconds. You can use simple bodyweight moves. Jumping jacks, high knees, butt kicks, mountain climbers, even burpees if you're up for it, or squat jumps.
It gets the heart rate up fast.
Very efficiently. And you don't need much time or space.
And the sources also mention something potentially more fun. Dance.
Yes. Dance is brilliant because it ticks multiple boxes.
Yeah.
It's definitely cardio, but it also enhances body awareness, coordination,
Yeah.
and depending on the style, can tap into sensual movement and expression,
Feeling the rhythm.
moving freely, connecting with your body in a joyful way.
Mm-hmm.
It's powerful. Plus, things like jump rope or even just marching vigorously on the spot can work too.
And the target duration for cardio.
Similar to strength, aiming for 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, is a great goal for those circulation and arousal benefits.
Okay, so putting it all together, we've outlined a pretty comprehensive approach. Daily pelvic floor awareness, then mixing in strength days, yoga days, cardio days throughout the week. But before we wrap, let's touch on that psychological piece again, the confidence factor.
It's huge and often flies under the radar.
Hmm.
When you start moving your body regularly, when you feel yourself getting stronger, more flexible, more capable, that creates this internal shift. You start to appreciate your body for what it can do, not just how it looks. That sense of competence and physical self-esteem spills over directly into feeling more confident and present sexually.
And you mentioned exercise is a known mood booster, tackling anxiety, which we know are libido killers.
Absolutely. It's one of the most effective natural antidepressants and anti-anxiety tools we have. It literally changes your brain chemistry, boosting serotonin, dopamine, those feel-good neurotransmitters. Plus, it drastically improves sleep quality over time.
Better sleep equals better everything.
Pretty much. And think about it. Making time for this movement, prioritizing it, is an act of self-care. It's saying my well-being matters. That sense of empowerment is fundamental. When you prioritize your overall well-being, prioritizing your sexual well-being often follows naturally.
Okay, let's tackle the common roadblocks, the buts that listeners might be thinking. Top one, I'm just too tired.
Ah, yes, the energy paradox. It sounds counterintuitive, but inactivity often breeds fatigue. Poor circulation, sluggish metabolism, bad sleep. Moving actually creates energy in the long run.
So the advice is,
Start small, really small. If 30 minutes feels impossible, aim for 10. Just 10 minutes of intentional movement. You'll likely find that 10 minutes gives you more energy, not less. Build from there.
okay, what about I don't have space or I don't have equipment?
Everything we've discussed, Kegels, squats, lunges, planks, push-up variations, yoga poses, jumping jacks, it's primarily body weight. You need about the space of a yoga mat, maybe a chair for support sometimes. Your body is the gym.
Good point. And finally, the big question, how long until you actually feel a difference in libido or arousal?
Well, the mood boost from endorphins, that can be immediate. After just one session, you might feel less stressed, a bit brighter.
Okay.
But for the deeper physiological shifts, the hormonal balancing, the improved circulation, really impacting sensitivity and desire,
Yep.
the inconsistency. The research suggests noticeable changes within about 4 to 6 weeks of sticking with a regular routine like this.
Consistency is key.
It really is. And finding movement you actually enjoy helps tremendously with that consistency. If you hate squats but love dancing, dance. Move in ways that feel good to you.
Mhm.
So if we boil it all down, linking back to the listener's original query, the takeaway is really multi-layered, isn't it? Libido isn't just mental, it's deeply physical.
Yeah.
That pelvic floor work, it's foundational, almost non-negotiable for sensation. Strength training provides the hormonal fuel for desire. Yoga manages the stress that kills desire and builds that mind-body connection. Cardio ramps up the arousal response.
Yeah.
And threading through it all is consistency. That's the magic ingredient.
Yeah, what really stands out to me is the underlying message. You're not breaking. Your body isn't failing you. It might just need the right kind of input, the right signals chemically, physically to function optimally to unlock its natural capacity for pleasure.
Exactly. It's about working with your physiology. Which leads us to a challenge, maybe some homework for you listening. We really encourage you to take one small, immediate step. Commit to those daily pelvic floor exercises, just 5 minutes. Set a reminder on your phone right now if you need to. And then aim for 3 intentional movement sessions this week. Pick from strength, yoga, cardio, whatever appeals.
Just 3 sessions.
Just 3. And here's the crucial part. As you do them, don't just focus on muscle fatigue or calories burned. Pay close attention to the subtle shifts. How does your stress feel before and after? How connected do you feel to your body? How does your appreciation for what it can do change when you move with purpose?
So observe the internal landscape, not just the physical effort.
Precisely. Because that internal shift, that growing connection and appreciation, that's where the real deep dive into reclaiming desire truly begins.